Hey gang, welcome back to Inverted Pursuits Laboratory and the level 2 build of ASTERIA. Kelsey is currently in the process of putting tape on her motor mount tube to help support her forward centering ring that will go here. It's already got the eye bolt mounted to it, and she's just making sure the tape is level so that it will all sit level as we get ready to do epoxy here in a few moments. Just go ahead and watch her fit all that.
The moment of truth. Does it actually work? Hey, look.
Alright, and aside from doing the initial epoxy on our centering rings, we're also going to be doing the motor retention with the two T-nuts on the bottom centering ring. So let's get going on that. We're using West System epoxy just like we did on my level 1, and it's just one pump and go, and so we just do 1 of resin.
That's definitely a lot less than I thought.
And 1 of hardener. Yes, it is.
Alright.
Now you and I will trade off as you go to the death bead portion.
Cool. Where's my start?
Right here.
Oh goodness. This is so little to work with. It's a little space. I'm used to solo cups.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
And so Kelsey's using the West Systems Colloidal Silica 406. We also affectionately call it death beads because we need to be wearing masks when around it. I'm far enough away that I'm okay, but because of the close proximity of her, she is indeed wearing a mask.
I'm having to make sure that my eye bolt is not going to scrape on the side of my body tube. And I'm a little paranoid. Dang it. I am quite paranoid about that fact. I'm gonna check it real quick.
Use the wrong spoon.
What?
Spoon has static cling.
Yeah. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, viewers at home, here we go. Oh boy, already messed up.
Just spread that around before you add more.
Yep. It dripped before I thought it was going to drip. Yeet. Oh lordy. It's been way too long since I've done this. Sorry. I'm used to applying with popsicle sticks or syringes. Well, they've done.
Syringes is just cheating.
It's cheap.
Everyone has access to plastics. Go to the next bit.
So now I'm gonna do my bulkhead eye bolt first, just because that's easier.
This is her bulkhead for her nose cone.
Yeah. Instructions basically have me using epoxy as Loctite, so that's what we're doing.
Should we get it up? Yep.
Yep.
Roll.
Sorry. It's still a lot drippier than I expected it, and if you notice, my gloves are too big.
That's true, your gloves are.
Case in point, right here. Okay, I actually don't have to sand my T-nuts, so I'm gonna try and make as little mess as possible.
Just put it on there. Don't wait, just put it on there. You've got tons of space. It's easy to deal with.
Yeah, you say that. So, it's about 3 hours since we first applied our epoxy, and it's a little rubbery still, but it's definitely set up and we can move it and touch it and all that fun stuff. I've got my bulkhead eye bolt glued in, I've got my T-nuts glued in for my motor retention bottom centering ring, and I've got the top fillet and eye bolt installed on my motor mount tube. And I didn't explain this in the last little clip, and I'll explain it now. My instructions tell me to put my top centering ring 3/4 of an inch from the top of the motor mount tube. Normally, I would put my centering the top of my fin slot. It helps with structural integrity, and then it makes if the fin fillets break, it's harder for the fins to actually fall out during flight or anything like that. But because I'm using a slightly different shock cord deal with the eye bolt, I will not be able to get the shock cord attached to the eye bolt if I have my centering ring all the way down on top of my fin slot. So I'm actually going to follow the instructions on this bit. But for added integrity, I'm going to put another fillet or another set of epoxy on the bottom of my centering ring, since I don't have to worry about butting up against a fin with the top one here. So that's what our next step is.
Sometimes we have to do things that make us uncomfy.
Oh, like this. Oh, lordy. Just like... Also, you shoved the goggles on my face the wrong way, so now they're fogging up.
I'm sorry. We were trying to do a quick swap on our pot of epoxy when we're trying to do 2 rockets at once here.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I didn't show you this one. This has actually 2 pumps of each, and what, 1 full spoonful?
2 full spoonfuls.
2 full spoonfuls. Okay, so our optimum mix for these centering ring fillets is 1 pump hardener, 1 pump resin, and 1 spoonful of death beads. Alright guys, so it is the next day after setting our epoxy. My bulkhead is all good to go, ready to get glued in. Gonna have to do a little bit of touch up on my rear centering ring because I got a little messy on some of the edges. And then we get to sand off all of the globs on the edges of this ring. So let's get into it. This is gonna be sanding fun time. Love it. Let's see here. Okay, so you can probably only see the top of my tube here. Alright, so we have my motor mount assembly with the forward centering ring glued in on both sides. Yeah. And then you can't see it, but I have my rear centering ring in the tube just setting, but using it to center the back end of the tube, of my motor mount tube. And we're going to use the good old drip and skip method here, where we try to drip the epoxy down the tube, or down the stick onto the outer diameter of my centering ring. And yeah, this is going to be entertaining, because I've never actually done this.
You just gotta be slow.
Oh yeah, viewers. Oh lordy, I've already messed up. Viewers at home.
Yeah. You gotta go slow sometimes.
Yeah,
this is very difficult.
Yeah. I don't think I got any on the motor mount tube, but I definitely got some in the motor mount tube.
Oof.
Like, I think it's gonna be on your... Boy, someone was trying to cut off my rant. So, first off, read your instructions, kids. I skipped a step and read the wrong centering ring. Hey. That's me. So I said earlier that I did the top centering ring 3/4 of an inch from the top. I was actually supposed to do the bottom centering ring 3/4 of an inch from the bottom of the tube, and the top one was supposed to be 1 inch from the top of the tube. But it's literally 1/4 of an inch, so I really don't care. I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's perfect.
Okay. If you say so. Ah! It almost looks like I'm trying to... Whoa, okay, hi there. Right in cursive. Fine! Okay.
Go ahead and just slide that in there.
Oh.
Just got epoxy in between most of the outside, so...
Yeah.
Just run your fillets and you'll be good.
Alright.
So this is one of many ways to glue on a nose cone. I did my level 2 a little differently, ended up using 2 pieces, but I also designed my nose cone to come apart.
Yeah, you were gonna do some really fancy stuff with your nose cone.
Well, my nose cone's also a payload bay.
Yeah.
I designed mine to be an expandable level 2 into experimental.
If y'all haven't figured it out yet, I am a huge proponent of KISS. And that is why my level 2 has no electronics.
Yeah, you'll have to do an electronic level 2 though if you want to get your level 3.
And that's just it. I don't plan on going for my level 3 anytime soon, and so when that time comes, I'll just build a new rocket.
Yeah. I mean, I went so far as to put redundant electronics on my level 2 because that's a level 3 thing.
Should I just coat the whole thing?
Sure, as you cut my floor.
Hey! Thanks for watching. We'll do fins next time.
Good.
Bye.